All I hear is talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. If she be down the ride, oh, I bet that.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. How y'all doing, Postal family? This ain't a background this time. Y'all like that? Everybody good, everybody cool, everybody clean, everybody crisp, everybody hairy. Let's talk. I'm just doing a breakdown of each job and what each job entails and whether or not Jay thinks it's a decent job. Well, I'm just gonna give you the ins and outs of what each job is, and you make the decision. Sometimes it's best to make an informed decision rather than have somebody else just walk into the job and then get completely confused and flustered because they had no idea what the job really entailed. I'll tell you what the job duties are, and then I'll tell you what I've visually seen the job entail itself. We're gonna talk about distribution clerks, not to be confused with processing clerks. Two totally different crafts. Although they're both underneath the clerk craft, they have totally different job duties. First one would be the distribution clerks, sales, service, and distribution clerks. They are located at stations, what you tend to call a post office. Stations, post offices, correct. The processing clerks, which is for another video, are located at the plant. Plant environment, gloomy, headaches. We'll get to that in a few. For a sales, service, and distribution clerk, their duties and their responsibilities. Bear with the old man as he reads, today he has his glasses. Performs any variety of sales and customer service at retail windows, such as maintaining sufficient inventory of selling stamps, stamped paper, other retail products and services, and may use the computerized system, accepting, delivering packages and accountable mail, issuing and cashing foreign and domestic postal money orders, accepting responding to customer claims and inquiries, providing information to the public regarding postal regulations, provides product and service information to customers, including informing customers regarding special offers. Basically, you're selling stuff. You handle and process customer purchases and returns relating to the products and services, and may be used a point of sale system. Assist customers with transactions. You also may verify pre-sort of bulk mailing and all classifications, computing and maintaining on a current basis mailer credit balances. Checks and sets post office stamps, vending machines, and postal meters. You rent out post office boxes, receive rental payments, conducts reference checks, and completed related forms. So you should probably know how to read a little bit. You distribute primary and one or more of secondary schemes incoming mail by delivery point based on a knowledge of the distribution scheme established by the office, branch, or station. That means when mail comes in bulk, such as the parcels and packages, they use a scanner. So you get a box, they have this scanner either by finger, hand, or they have these machines that just kind of go under it and it'll scan the barcode and it gives you a specific number and letter. By that point, you're gonna basically be putting it in the correct bin for the carriers when they come in. So you scan it, it'll go beep, B34. You'll know that it's going to route B34. Anything that goes and scans in B34 is all going to one specific route. That carrier is going to come in later on in the day and take his stuff and then go on his business. All right. You will have to pick up some heavy packages. That means you should probably be fit somewhat. You should definitely understand that okay, now this is where reality kicks in. It says, follows established safe work methods, procedures, and safety precautions while performing all duties. As if you don't know the post office, and I'm not knocking them, I'm giving you truth is not one of the safest places because they tend to bypass rules and regulations whenever they deem fit necessary. Now it's up to you, the individual, to say, you know what, that's not safe. I don't feel comfortable doing that. And you make notations of whatever it is. You're supposed to definitely follow all of management's direction. But if something's not safe and you say, hey man, that's just not safe. I'm not picking that 100-pound box up by myself. I can't physically do it without hurting myself. Or 75 pounds. I think they up to 70 pounds or 75 pounds. And if you can't physically do it, I'm not gonna say a lady, but if you can't physically do it without hurting yourself, then don't try it. Just don't. Ask for help. If they complain about it, hey, you know what? I'm not gonna hurt myself. I got a family to go home to. So that's reality. They will ask you to do some foolishness at this place. It's up to you to make your own educated judgment on whether or not you can physically do some of the things that they ask you to do. Now, that does not mean you should not be able to do anything, because that is one of the main things that they have. It states your requirements, physical requirements. Applicants must be physically able to perform efficiently the duties of the position with or without reasonable accommodation. Now, we do have people that have some handicaps. One of my buddies in one of the videos, he is blind in one eye and his other eye is pretty bad. Now, it is extremely difficult for him to see. So a lot of the times he'll be this close to something and he'll use like magnifying glasses on his cell phone just to see the scheme. That does slow down production, but he is still able to do it. If you run into a situation where you have a handicapped, very important, let it be known during your application process. Or if you come in there and you've had herniated discs before, make sure you emphasize that, because it is now noted that you have a condition and it doesn't pop up later and they say, well, why didn't you say this before? You can technically lose your job within the 90 days because you weren't expecting to lift a box that was 70 pounds. The reality, my ex-wife is a distribution clerk. I know a lot of distribution clerks. I've had many conversations with distribution clerks. Distribution clerk can be a very satisfying job if you are willing to work. The hours when you initially start can be anywhere from 2 a.m. until the place closes. It could be 7 p.m., 8 p.m., depending on your area. Make sure you understand that, depending on the need of the post office and on your area, because a lot of places may be extremely busy. And then you have some places that are in rural country land that may not have a lot of work. So when people say, oh, I'm only working 4 hours, only working 6 hours, that means at that specific time, in that specific area, there isn't a lot of work. That is not the post office's fault. That's pretty much the area you live in that you got hired. So is there a set time? Until you become full-time career, you kind of have to go with the flow. Your schedule will fluctuate, and any distribution clerk will tell you. They start off sometimes early morning, and then eventually they got to work the garbage shift where it's like 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. There is really not a 9 to 5 until you become career. Rewarding? Absolutely. There are some distribution clerks that make the upwards of 90,000 plus, depending on your office. Again, on the upwards of 90,000 plus a year. And then on the low end, you might only make 40 grand a year. If you are willing to take that risk within the first couple of years, looking at long-term goals and having a satisfying career, you eventually will become a window clerk if that's what you choose. Some people don't like to be in front of people, and that's fine. You just choose a bid that doesn't require you to sit in front of the window for a full 8 hours. But overall, I think that it's probably one of the best jobs that they do offer. It all depends on your personal character as well as management. If you have a decent team, which is very rare, far few in between, you can actually have a decent career and have a lot of longevity. Once you are there, you will have the option to move to different areas, such as if you wanted to be a processing clerk at a plant, you have that option as well once your career. If your station aligns close enough with the plants that are close to you, they may have a bid open and you'll be able to get over to a plant. Again, I don't want to get too deep into it. The whole moral of this was to find out whether or not distribution, sales service and distribution clerks is a decent job, and I'm going to give it pretty much 2 thumbs up. Yes, it is a decent job. It is a decent career, and there's definitely longevity in it. It doesn't beat your body up as bad as the other jobs. With that being said, now you can make an educated decision. This is JH, and we out.